showered in it. Oh, rookie mistake. Oh. G'day guys, and welcome back to another episode with First Mate Adventures. We're back out on the water. God, I miss this. But I'm out with my mate today. I'm out with Little Hunter, and we're gonna go for a beer. I don't know what we're gonna do. Wind's come up a little bit, and it's a little bit late today. It's 3:30. But we fought the riffraff to get into the water because it is holiday period, and now we're heading out. Who knows what we'll bang into today, but we're going to try a bit of everything. But first, we've got to catch some bait. So stay tuned and let's go and do it. Alright, got me mate playing skipper, watching everything mate, and we're going to set up a paternoster with squid jigs. So we've got these liquid fusion jigs again guys, and we're going to go with a couple of different sizes and just drift through these seagrass down through here and see what we come up with. Hopefully some squid, because you guys know how good we are at catching squid. Sorry, somebody told us that this was going to be a good spot, so we're going to give it a crack. He's a little bit tired. He'll wake up soon when there's fish on the deck. Let's do it! Oh, let me show you how to do it. That's probably more. Alright guys, so the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to tie yourself up a paternoster. But this one's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be a little bit different. We're going to run our squid jigs as our actual weights. So I'm not going to actually put a sinker on the bottom, which means our bottom squid jig will be our sinker essentially. So the trick is to have the heaviest squid jig on the bottom, that way it works the best. So real easy for the bottom jig guys. Just your standard double up line, couple of loop through, as if you're going to tie a dropper for a sinker, and that's it. Bite off your excess or use a pair of scissors so your dentist doesn't love you, and that's it. For the second one guys, give yourself a length of line. I'm just stealing a hand reel because it's the lightest line I got. Give yourself a little loop, and you can tie it exactly the same way as you did before, but I like to tie my droppers a little bit different with my paternosters, so just like that. So this is going to be our two droppers, a little bit of length, get your swivel, tie it into your rod. Simple. Guys, the end result is as simple as that. 3.5 on the bottom, it's just a 2.5 on the top, a little bit of a natural colour, a dark natural colour on the liquid fusion stick. Drop it over the side, just let it naturally float down. Easy as that. Water, let it sink down, and then leave the rod in the holder and the boat will do the work. It's my kind of squid, and I'll tell you what. And yes, we will use the liquid fusion 8'3" eggy rod as well, just because it's there and we can't not. So let's do it. Alright guys, I figure I might as well just show you what you should be looking for when you're chasing these squid. So roughly 8 to 10 meters of water works well. If there's a lot of bait around, you've got a much higher chance of catching squid because they'll be feeding. So have a look at the screen. 8 meters of water. Look at all the bait that's just come through. Absolutely ridiculous. So, generally guys, if you've got the bait, that's where the squid are going to be feeding. We've got 2 rods out. Let's just see what happens. Alright guys, bit of a location change. We've just come into a little bit deeper water. And I've pitched out my squid jigs. That one looks like it's going to go off too. Oh, I pitched out my squid jigs and we got a good one on. Guys, you know I suck at catching squid, so this is like a big thing for me, but here, have a go at him in the water. You guys see that there? Oh, how good's that? Oh, where are you, buddy? Yoo-hoo! One for the dinner plate. See if we can get another one. Oh, we'll fix the jig up first. Do a bit of a clean. The old liquid fusion jig does the job. Horrible angle, you're attached to a really wobbly piece there, but guys, same again on the old jiggy jig. Got a squid coming up. Oh, he's just pinned too, so we might drop him, but if he stays on, he's going to be good bait. Whoa, whoa, oh, oh, I got showered in it. Oh, rookie mistake. Oh. There he is, guys. Oh my God, I just got inked. My boat, my Christmas shirt. Oh guys, easy way to dispatch. Hey, oh, let me move that for you. Easy way to dispatch, just karate chop the back of the head. Instant white, instant death. Straight in yes. Oh my God, the boat is black. Alright guys, so in a nutshell, that's the basics on how to target squid. It's pretty slow today, so I don't think we're going to waste too much time. We've got the tide change coming up, and I want to get in and get burleyed up for our afternoon, evening session, and we'll wake up Hunter and he can actually have a fish. He's sleeping so well. Have a go at this. Unbelievable. Anyway. Alright guys, so we just pulled into our little spot where we're going to start burleying. Obviously everyone's had the same idea though. But that's a sounder lit up with fish. Now the best way to find out what's on your on the bottom of where you're fishing is to use a sabiki. Pretty quick and efficient way to see what you're dealing with. Alright, so rod in hand, sand it down. Only got 10 meters, so it shouldn't take too long. Okay, it's on the bottom. Oh, there's a bump. Bump. There we go, fish on. This will at least tell us what we're dealing with, and then hopefully, generally, there's bigger ones of whatever they are. Oh, he's come off. All right, let's do it again. Always goes well on camera, doesn't it? All right, drop it back down. Okay, we're there. Tighten up the dray or the line. Let's just see. A lot of bumps. There we go. There we go, fish on this time. To me it feels like little snapper or something like that, which is pretty common in here, but we've pulled some big snapper out of these exact locations. So let's have a look. Oh yeah, little snaps. Alright, we'll get the burley trail going and get the big buggers going. Bigger baits, bigger hooks. Let's see what happens. Go buddy! They're seriously all on his own. One! Is he still there? So is, that's brilliant. One! No. Hey buddy. What is it?
It's a yakka.
It's a yakka?
Yeah.
Is he your friend?
He's my order.
Ah, very cool.
Please, come Don't say cheese.
Cheese. Cheese.
Cheese.
Hunter, over here. What is it?
It's a helicopter.
It's a helicopter, that's right. Somebody might be in trouble. That's no good.
I was probably his head. It's on fire.
There's fire? I hope not. That's the rescue chopper, mate. Well, apart from a few squires, it's been very slow in the afternoon. I think this boat traffic has a lot to do with it, because I tell you what, the soundings are definitely showing some fish. But, oh, speak of the devil. I think we might just do a catch and cook on the old squid. And yeah, I think I might have to do it. Just look at this bloody rod. Just normally you harass the crap out of the squires and then the big ones go, hang on, what's going on here? Just pull bigger and bigger baits out. But don't know what's going on. At any rate, we'll see what happens. If anything exciting happens, you'll obviously see it. But if not, we'll see you back in the kitchen. Well guys, it didn't get any better than that out on the water today, but now we are back in, well, it's going to be my kitchen now. So we've got the barbecue on, we've got our squid from today, and we've actually got our blue eye cod from a previous trip that I'm going to cook up as well, make it a bit of a meal. But first, got to show you how to clean these squid, so let's do it. Alright guys, so step number one, we're going to have to clean these squid. So grab yourself your squid, grab yourself a green garbage waste bag. I'll end up using it for burley anyway, whatever's left. So first things first guys, I like to reach in and just pull out the old backbone, and it's a bit messy. I haven't cleaned them, so there's going to be ink everywhere. But I like to reach in and pull the backbone out with the guts at the same time, give it a bit of a stir up, and out she comes. We're going to use that head, but we'll clean the rest of it up. And we're just going to dig out all the other guts. We'll give that a bit of a clean up, bit of a wash out. That's actually pretty good. We're going to use the tentacles off this, so we'll just pull up the head. That'll all go into there. Alright guys, a little bit messy and takes a bit of time, but the idea is just to take the skin off. I've seen guys use like fish scaler bags and whatnot to take skin off squid, but we're doing it here at home, so a little bit of elbow grease. It should come up not too bad. We'll give it a bit of a clean up here so we're not working in ink, and I'll show you the next step, but for the most part we're looking okay. Alright guys, for the most part there's our clean squid, that's our tentacles, and the heads are in there. So next step guys is we're going to remove the wings. Quite simply, if you just pinch them over and just peel them off, number one. Now the wings actually taste pretty good to me. I know a lot of people don't like them, but I like eating them, so that's number two. And of course I don't catch squid all that often, so when I do, I'm going to eat every bit of it apart from the eyeballs. One, flip it over, and two. A little bit clean up. Alright, next step, we'll cut them into tubes and strips. Let's do it. Alright, so I'll do the tubes first. Guys, just remember, they will shrink a little bit when you are frying them, so Leave them a little bit thicker than what you normally would, and then just that's pretty much it. Alright guys, so there's our beautiful pile of calamari. We're going to do that in a panko breadcrumb mix and then fry it up on the barbie. Let's slide that out of the way for a second. And let's just slide this in. Guys, this is the ribs off a Blue Eye Cod. Now a lot of people shy away from this, and actually we were told that this is really good eating, but we were filleting too well and not leaving enough meat on the bone, so I had to learn to fillet a little bit poorly. Just to leave some meat there. So what we're going to do, guys, we're going to fry this up as well, and this is going to taste absolutely delicious. I've eaten it before, but I haven't eaten it with this particular rub. So we're going to use this. It's a Black Bear barbecue pork rub. We use it on our ribs all the time from our venison. So I'm going to give that a rub in there and see what she tastes like. But I'm pretty excited. Let's do it. All right, guys. So. I'm going to be generous, but not super generous because I still want to taste the Blue Eye Cod. But we're just going to give it a nice little coating. Obviously we're going to mirror it up on both sides because that's what we do. Beautiful. I'm just going to slide that aside and let that soak in for a bit, and then we'll get them up on the barbie. Next step. I want to give a shout out to Mia and Josh. Thank you so much. Your little hobby farm is fantastic. Thank you for the eggs. We're going to do wonders with them. But today, we're using them with our squid. So thank you once again. Alright guys, so I'm not a chef by any means. As you can see by my miniature mixer. So I'm not going to try and separate the whites from the yolks or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight in, whole egg. Ooh, there we go. It's a good example of not being a chef. Beautiful. Give that a mix and then throw the old squid in. Oh, a bit of salt and pepper as well. Can't forget the classic fishing reel looking salt and peppers. So this is the messy part, I'd probably say, but it's a good way to get it all together. And I forgot the salt and pepper. A little bit of salt. A little bit of pepper. Nice coating. Into the crumbs. We'll just put it in there for now and repeat. Out of that, into that, make a mess, and then we'll fast forward. Alright guys, nice and quick, we just stole the old pot off Parker there, and we're just going to fry up our squid. Smells good, eh? I got the ribs on over the other side there. How good is it? Get back, it's oily, mate.
It looks like a rack of like turkey ribs.
It does, eh? How are we looking, honey?
Yeah, right, your crumbs are kind of coming off though.
Oh yeah, I didn't expect them to stick too well to the old tentacles. That's the temperature.
Did I like 250?
Here we go. Oh. The marrow.
It's a marrow.
How good's that?
That's like chicken.
Blue Eye Cod, eh? How good is that? Oh, the video of how we caught this will be in the description below, because I'm pretty sure that video will be up before this one. Oh, that's like a photo right there. Here it goes. Yeah, may I have some? Look at that.
Oh, that.
How good is that?
Smells good.
Alright, let's go inside, have a feed. How is that for a spread? We've got Blue Eye Cod, squid, sweet potato fries, and a, what's that?
Fried rice.
Fried rice. I'm not familiar with that because it's not meat. And the chef's plating up. It's gonna be good. Alright guys, and that's what it's supposed to look like. How nice is that? Bloody brilliant. I didn't put that together because I'm absolutely horrible with presentation. Parker did all this for me. Guys, once again, thank you very much to Mia and Josh for the eggs. Also guys, the squid jigs that we were using were from Liquid Fusion. So Andy, thank you very much for the squid jigs and for the rods. Guys, I'm gonna tuck into this. Thank you again for watching. And if you want to see more, click that subscribe button below. And I'm gonna tuck in. We will see you on the next adventure. Oh my god. I don't know why we target these fish now. And that rub.
Didn't realise, did you? You thought I just turned the camera off, didn't
No,
you?
I did. No.
Busted. You eat like a little savage.
It's actually good. What do you want me to
You
do?
eat like you haven't eaten for a month. You're like,